In our editorial for tonight, we'll take a look at an article with the title, The Mentor Revisits History. President Ahidjo declared June 1st, 1961, the mourning was over the loss of the Northern Cameroons to Nigeria. Why Ahidjo was confident that the British Northern Cameroons would vote for reunification with La République du Cameroun. On the 1st of June 2023, 62 years ago, that is 1st of June 1961, the day was observed in the Republic of Cameroon as the Day of Mourning. President Ahidjo declared June 1st, 1961, the day of mourning following the loss of Northern Cameroons to Nigeria at the February 11th, 1961, while British Southern Cameroons voted to achieve independence by joining the Independent Republic of Cameroon. British Northern Cameroons instead voted to achieve independence by joining the Independent Federation of Nigeria. President Ahidjo, who was red with anger over the result of the plebiscite in Northern Cameroons, accused the United Kingdoms of foul play. Many Cameroonians know very little or nothing about the former British Northern Cameroons, which was part of us and thus part of our history, and which is today integrated into Nigeria. Considering that we are in the month of June, the mentor in this article revisits June 1st, 1961, the day of mourning, and also why President Ahidjo was confident before the February 11th plebiscite that British Northern Cameroons would vote for reunification, to the point that after the election, he went to the extent of accusing Britain of electoral malpractice. This is part of our history. February 11th, 1961 plebiscite. The February 11th, 1961 plebiscite in the then British Northern Cameroons, like that of the British Southern Cameroons, were both organized by the United Nations. Also, the question that was put to voters in British Northern Cameroons at the plebiscite was the same as the one that was put to the people of the then British Southern Cameroons at the plebiscite. The difference was in the colors of the ballot boxes. At the plebiscite in British Northern Cameroons, the question was whether the people wished to achieve independence by joining the Independent Federal Republic of Nigeria or by joining the Independent Republic of Cameroon. A vote cast in the green box is a vote in favor of achieving independence by joining the Independent Federation of Nigeria. A vote cast in the black box is a vote in favor of achieving independence by joining the Independent Republic of Cameroon. The result of the February 11th, 1961 plebiscite in Northern Cameroons stood as follows: 146,296 votes in favor of joining Nigeria and only 96,659 votes in favor of reunifying with the Republic of Cameroon. Though the result of the plebiscite was clear as regards the democratic choice of the people of the Northern Cameroons for union with the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Amadou Ahidjo of the Cameroon Republic found this situation inadmissible. He did not believe that was truly what his brothers of Northern Cameroons have opted for. So furious was Ahidjo over the result of the plebiscite in Northern Cameroons that his government resolved to drag the United Kingdom's Great Britain to an international court over the conduct of the election. The Cameroon government alleged that Britain intimidated voters in Northern Cameroons to vote in favor of union with Nigeria. Though there was no incontrovertible evidence substantiate that allegation, the British plea to the court was that the case was out of order. Suffice to say that the court ruled in favor of the United Kingdom by dismissing the allegations that were raised by the Cameroon government. Meanwhile, after the Cameroon Republic lost the case, the way was now cleared for the United Nations General Assembly to officially adopt a resolution to end the trusteeship in British Northern Cameroons. A resolution was thus adopted fixing June 1st, 1961 as the day that the trusteeship would end in British Northern Cameroons with its incorporation into Nigeria. But so disappointed was President Ahidjo that he declared June 1st, 1961, the day of mourning in the Cameroon Republic for the loss of the Northern Cameroons to Nigeria. While Ahidjo was confident Northern Cameroons would vote for reunification, what had made President Amadou Ahidjo to perhaps wrongly nurture hope that British Northern Cameroons would vote in favor of reunification with the Cameroon Republic at the February 11, 1961 plebiscite. Was the result of the first plebiscite that was conducted by the same United Nations in that territory back in November 1959. It should be noted that unlike the former British Southern Cameroons, where the United Nations conducted only one plebiscite, that of February 11, 1961, the United Nations conducted two plebiscites in the former British Northern Cameroons. A United Nations missions that visited British Northern Cameroons in 1958 reported that the situation in Northern Cameroon was characterized by uncertainty as to where the people wanted to belong. For one thing, Nigeria was soon to gain its independence from the United Kingdom precisely on 1st January 1960. The United Nations missions thus proposed to the UN's General Assembly that a plebiscite should be conducted in Northern Cameroon for the people to decide whether they wish to join an independent Nigeria. The UN General Assembly accepted the proposal and fixed the plebiscite for November 1959. The question that was crafted and put to the people of Northern Cameroon was whether they would like to join an independent Nigeria or whether they want a postponement of the decision to a later date. Even though the UN delegation that visited Northern Cameroon in 1958 went away with the impression that the situation out there was uncertain as regards where the people wanted to belong, but Nigeria and United Kingdom, on the other hand, thought they had a better understanding of the handwriting on the wall in Northern Cameroon. They were confident that the people of that territory would vote to join the independent Republic of Nigeria. Result of plebiscite shocked UK and Nigeria, but just like the result of the 1961 plebiscite in Northern Cameroon that shocked President Ahidjo and his government of the Cameroon Republic, the result of the November 1959 plebiscite was like a bombshell to the authorities of Nigeria and the United Kingdom. At the plebiscite, 70,401 votes went in favor of postponing the decision to a later date, while only 42,707 votes were in favor of joining an independent Republic of Nigeria. Meanwhile, like Nigeria, the Cameroon Republic, French Cameroon, gained its independence from France on January 1st, 1961, with Amadou Ahidjo as the first president of the Republic. Ahidjo's government read in the result of the November 1959 plebiscite that was conducted in Northern Cameroon that the people of that territory were in favor of reunification with the Cameroon Republic. This was what they understood by the decision of the people of Northern Cameroon to have voted against joining Nigeria and voted in favor of making a decision later. Meanwhile, following the outcome of the plebiscite in Northern Cameroon in November 1959, the UN General Assembly then decided that the second and last plebiscite would be held in Northern Cameroon on the same day with that in Southern Cameroon, and that the same question will be put to the people of the two territories. That plebiscite took place on February 11, 1961, and contrary to the great expectations of President Ahidjo and his government, the people of Northern Cameroon instead voted in favor of joining Nigeria. But why did the results of the two plebiscites that the United Nations organized in British Northern Cameroon go contrary to the expectations of the authorities of UK and Nigeria as regards the November 1959 plebiscite, and the authorities of the Cameroon Republic as regards the February 11, 1961 plebiscite? The mentor will, in an analysis in the course of this month, look at what happened, as well as the lessons that can be learned from that by the people of the Southern Cameroons. It is said a generation which ignores history has no past and no future. Well, with that, we've come to the end of our editorial of tonight. If you want more of such interesting articles, kindly visit our website at www.abcambatv.com for more. Subscribe, become a club member, and a part of this winning strategy. Find out payment details on your screen. I am Star Smart reporting for Daunted ABC Amba TV.